Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the final official press conference before the big event Saturday night at London's O2 Arena as two undefeated world champions face each other for the middleweight championship of the world. It'll all be brought to you by Matchroom Boxing, K2 Promotions, and Triple G Promotions, sponsored by Cessna Bank, Expo 2017, Capital Holdings, StubHub, JD Sports, and Daphabet, and presented to the world live on Sky Sports Box Office and on HBO for the USA. This will be an event that boxing fans have been waiting for. An undefeated welterweight champion, a welterweight who is bursting at the seams in his physicality, having no problem to step up to the 160-pound division against one of the most recognized middleweight champions in many, many years. So here to get things started and tell you more about it from Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Welcome everybody here to Canary Wharf, and this fight has just about hit fever pitch. I think probably stopped a dozen times in the street on my way here, just asking the question, he can't do it, can he? He looks good, he looks strong. This GGG, is he really the beast that people say? And when you've got a fight that's really captured the imagination, it's so great to see so many big players from the world of boxing joining us in London, England, which is, as we know, the new home of world boxing. To see so many of you, it's more like a Hall of Fame convention here today. So great to have our friends from HBO, Elvis Grant, Maurizio Suleiman, and it's great to have such a huge event in the UK and at London's O2, which has become a real central hub for world-class boxing. It's a pleasure to have GENNADY GOLOVKIN here in the UK with us. 35-0, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in world boxing. Everybody wants to see him. Thousands came out at the workout in Covent Garden to see him in action. And again, to bring him here to the UK, and we're very proud to deliver that. And a special thank you to their team who have been impeccable to deal with. Tom Loeffler, of course, and Oleg and Abel, and all the guys that have given Sky Sports the behind-the-scenes access to really make this the super fight that it is. I can tell anybody, any media that want to know that dealing with Triple G and his team, there is no reason why any fighter who really wants to fight him, who really believes he can beat him, shouldn't get in the way. There are no obstacles. They just want to fight the very best, and we bought them the very best. We've bought them a fighter in KELL BROOK, 36-0, undefeated IBF welterweight champion, that has so many levels to show. So many times I've sat in his front room with his dad and said, we want them all, we can beat them all. You just got to give us the chance to show it. And on Saturday night, he takes the outrageous leap of 2 weight divisions to a place where we know he is so much more comfortable, so much more stronger, so much more full of belief. But in front of him is the toughest, most dangerous task in world boxing. But isn't that what sport's all about? Isn't it about the best fighting the best? 2 undefeated fighters, 2 fighters with so much talent, so much skill, so much power, so much grace, in front of 17,000 people in an event that sold out in just 9 minutes. This is what all high-level sport is all about. It wouldn't be possible, of course, without our broadcast partners. And firstly, I'm going to pass over to the head of boxing for Sky Sports, Adam Smith.
Thanks very much, Eddie. It's a wonderful turnout here. As Eddie said, our friends from America, from Germany, a real international stage here for, I think, what is going to be the event of 2016. Ever since Eddie called me up and said, what do you think about this? KELL BROOK took sort of 5 seconds to accept the fight. I'd be really, really excited. It's a terrific narrative. It's an amazing opportunity for a fighter in KELL that we've known since he was 9 years old in the Winker Bank gym, surrounded by the likes of Prince Nassim Hamed, Johnny Nelson, Ryan Rhodes, Isham Pickering, Junior Witter, so many that have come through Brendan Ingles' factory on that hill in Sheffield. And it's terrific to see Dominic bringing his charge into a fight like this, a fight that KELL's dreamt of all the way through. He's wanted this. He's wanted an opportunity to make a statement in a mega match, and he's got it. And he's got it thanks to GENNADY Golovkin, a fighter we followed as well for a long, long time. GENNADY has been terrific outside of the ring. He's polite, he's personable, he's everything that boxing needs. He's respectful of everybody, and he was a pleasure to deal with when our team went to Big Bear for the behind the ropes access. Thank you to him, to Abel Sanchez, and all the guys. Gennady, not only is he lovely outside the ring, he is devastating inside it, and we all respect him and what he's achieved in the sport. 345 of 350 amateur wins, 35 professional victories, 32 knockouts, 22 straight wins inside the distance. It's a monumental ask for the man to my left in Kell Brook, but Eddie's right. This is what boxing and sport is all about. I cannot wait, my team cannot wait. We hope you've enjoyed all the build-up on skysports.com, on Sky Sports News, the behind the ropes programming, the Golovkin knockouts, everything. We've got more to come before Saturday night, but be with us. Sky Sports box office from 6 o'clock. It's a great card and it's a mouth-watering main event. So we're really, really excited about it. Let's get this thing on. Thank you.
Thank you. This fight, of course, for the Unified Middleweight World Championships, as well on the card. 2 other IBF World Championship fights as well, the domestic clash between Stuart Hall and Lee Haskins, and a great fight between 2-weight world champion Casimero against Charlie Edwards in just his 9th fight. Also on the card, I believe the #1 super middleweight in world boxing right now, Callum Smith, will be defending his WBC silver title before the mandatory is called for Badu Jack early next week. It's a pleasure to have the president of the WBC here, Maurizio Suleiman, in London, and I'm going to pass down to him to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eddie. I am so excited. This is my first time ever to be in the UK for a fight. Since I was a little kid, I dreamt of this moment. My father loved the UK. This is the home of boxing. Boxing was born in the UK 300 years ago. Some of the greatest champions, some of the greatest fights have taken place here. And I'm just so excited. I'm so proud of Kell Brook for taking such a tremendous step. And I'm sure Saturday night Golovkin and Brook will be one of the greatest fights. It has all the elements to be a unbelievable classic fight. And I wish both of them the best of luck. I'm very happy to be here with the British Boxing Board of Control, to be with the other sanctioned organizations, to see Matchroom, Eddie following the steps of Mr. Barry Hearn, who was a great boxing promoter. I'm sure he's looking out at his son and very proud. Tom Loeffler with K2 and his whole team. This just shows how working together works. Very proud to see a promotion like this, to be part of it. And I'm just excited and very, very happy. I wish both of you the best of luck. God bless you. And I'm sure Saturday night will be a memorable night for all of us. Thank you very much.
Before we pass to Tom and Team Triple G, the team from the Steel City, a wonderful gym down in Winco Bank headed up by Dominic Ingle, Kell Brook, a product of that gymnasium. For many years, like I said to you, people telling me this kid is something like we've never seen before. The man in charge of making the dreams come true on Saturday night. I'd like to pass over to head trainer Dominic Ingle.
The last time I can remember sitting at a table like this and looking at a bank of cameras and media attention was when Mike Tyson came to Scotland in 2000, I think. Massive media presence, and it just shows you that, you know, that was a massive event. And obviously this is an event to match it, even probably, you know, supersede it. This fight really couldn't have come at a better time, you know, for us and Kell. He's been looking to move up weights for a long, long time, but we pursued the route of the welterweight title. We were in the mix for such a long time that we had to achieve that route first. And, you know, we've bypassed the eliminators, you know, the hard fights to get to this point. And I think people begin to realise after looking at all the publicity and the media stuff with Kell, and you look at this guy, if anybody ever thought that Kell Brook was a small guy, a welterweight stepping up 2 divisions to fight a middleweight, they've been very, very wrong. You know, he's done 20-week training camps just to get down to weight. There's been times where we've had him on special diets to actually take muscle off him so he can actually safely make the weight. And this is probably the only time I've ever seen him happy in a training camp. You know, he's dragged himself through 16, 20 weeks of training. You know, never had a smile on his face because he knows he's got to get to the end game. But this time, you know, when he steps into the ring, he's been happy. You know, he's made the weight comfortably, feels great. He's had energy all the way through the training camp. So, you know, I'm betting that the odds are going to change the closer we get to the fight. When KELL BROOK steps on the scales on Friday, and people see what kind of shape he's in, his build, his physique. This isn't a big guy fighting a small guy. This is two middleweight champions fighting. So the advantage, if there ever was one, you know, of the big guy and the small guy, that's gone. You know, we've done it very technically. We've been to universities. We've had him measured. Everything's been calculated. No stone has been left unturned. There were no chances with this fight. You can't take chances with a guy like Golovkin, because one mistake and the game's over. And I think it's the first time that he's also faced a guy with ambition, an unbeaten champion, a guy who wants to win with ambition, a younger guy. You know, KELL's been in the position, in my opinion, where, you know, people don't want to fight him. I think, you know, Triple G's been in the same position. But he's got a real fight on his hand on Saturday night. You know, nobody's been
excited. I'm very excited about this fight. To beat the best, you've got to beat the very best. So, you know, I've put that bar very high, but I've always put that pressure on me. I've always wanted to be the best in the sport I love. So I'm excited. All the talking is over, the training, you know, is over. It's coming down to two champions, you know, two fighters, two top champions fighting each other Saturday night, and I just can't wait to shock the world. I'm in great shape. I've pushed myself through, you know, every single training session. I'm passionate about doing something what no other British fighter's done, and this is going to be the biggest win ever, I believe.
I think of all the people around the fight, you definitely seem to be the most relaxed, and you're the one going in there to fight. What gives you the confidence that you have in this fight? You seem so relaxed, so excited to be part of Saturday night, and excited to fight Gennady Golovkin.
I just think that I've got the skills. You know, everybody's going on that I'm a small guy coming up, but you know, that's not the case. You know, I've never trained the way I've trained, you know, for this fight. You know, with the calories, the fuel. You know, and I've been enjoying to train. I've been able to dig in and go past what I've ever done before. So I'm very excited. You know, be coming into this fight at my natural way, healthy, strong, and I just believe that it's my time. I think it's written that how this fight's landed on my toes. Everything's for a reason. I really do believe that this is my time, and I am going to shock the world. You know, many other fighters have done it before. You know, we're here now with this fight, and it's going to be history repeating itself.
And finally, many people say it could be the greatest win from a British fighter in the history of the sport. How much motivation does that give you, and total belief that on Saturday night you will beat Gennady Golovkin?
I believe. You know, it's going to be the biggest upset ever, and I'm ready to take that. I'm ready for this moment. I'm ready to rip them titles away from Golovkin. You know, it's going to be a very, very hard fight for me, but I've prepared myself, you know, mentally, physically. You know, you're going to see me go out there and do what I want to do. Thank you.
To make these fights, you need two champions that are willing really to fight anybody, and you need promotional teams that refuse to put up hurdles and just want to make good business. And good business can feel really good. And this has felt really good working with Tom Loeffler and the team. No arguments, no dramas. We've still got 36 hours to go, but I'd have to say generally I'm quite confident, and you know, it's been a real pleasure. And I'm going to pass over now to our co-promoter for the night to talk about the event, Gennady, and also to introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Loeffler.
Thank you, Eddie. I'll tell you, Eddie alluded to applause from the Golovkin team. I'm surprised they didn't give a standing ovation, because Eddie really saved the day, I have to give complete respect to Kell Brook for taking this fight. We don't have to go through all the names that turned down the fight with Triple G. Everyone knows, it's been well documented, all the full-fledged middleweights giving up titles, turning down fights, negotiating until the 11th hour, and then not signing a contract. I mean, it's unbelievable how difficult it was to get somebody to get in the ring with Triple G. And for Kell to step up, I mean, this was probably one of the most bizarre ways a fight has come about. But I mean, you see the result here, all the international journalists and all the media reaction for this fight worldwide. It's just become the most talked about fight of this year, 2016. It surprised me when I learned today that Mauricio was the first fight out of all the World Championship fights that he's been to. This is the first fight he's come to or been to in the UK. And it's just a testament as what type of fight this is. Dan Raphael, who's followed the sport closely for numerous years, the second time he's come to the UK to cover a fight, and really the first time as a, not only, but as a journalist, not a commentator. So it just shows to the magnitude of this fight. We have to take our hats off to Adam Smith and Sky as a host broadcaster. It's just been tremendous build-up for this fight, filming with Gennady and with Kell, and just the way they've presented this event. HBO, our partner in America, who's really launched Gennady's career on the worldwide stage. RTL, our new partner in the German-speaking territories, is the first time they've covered a Triple G fight. I think they realize the magnitude and the excitement that comes with this matchup. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Brand Jordan. Samir Hernandez made the trip over to the UK. It's tremendous working with them. You'll see Saturday night, everyone will see the brand new shoes they've designed specifically for Gennady for this fight. It's really exciting working with the Jordan brand. Just a few members of the team I'd like to recognize: Oleg Herman and his brother Max, who've been tremendous guiding Gennady's career on the management side. Naturally, Abel Sanchez, Trainer of the Year last year, the mad scientist behind the Triple G Mexican style that he's developed. And what more can I say? It's with that, I'd just like to introduce literally the most feared fighter in the sport of boxing, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
I'm very excited. Good afternoon, everybody. Wow. First of all, I'm very happy to be here again. And I want just to thank my team, management, promotions, TV, of course, Jordan brand, Jordan family, and all my Kazakhstan partners. We had a lot of time, very good time. I feel it's great. I like people in London. It's beautiful people, huge city. I love London right now. I feel it's great, like my second home. I respect Kell Brook team. I know he's understand. Right for us, this is biggest fight. He looks good. He said he's ready to me. I'm ready to him. This is big present, big gift for people, for not just UK people, not just for fans, for everybody. I saw so many American people, I saw Germany people, from Kazakhstan people here. I believe this is very biggest fight for us. Thank you very much.
We are live on Sky Sports News, and I'm going to pass over to Fraser Dainton for some questions.
Gennady, as excited as you are about having a fight in London, is there any fear in your mind now at this close stage before the fight that there's the possibility that you could lose this fight?
No, I'm not scared. I like sport. I like boxing. I respect my opponent because I understand situation. He's very strong. He's a very good fighter. I understand situation. This is boxing. No, I'm not scared.
And given the reception that you've had in London, and given that the world's media are here today, how much do you feel as if you're part of history?
It's very nice. I feel very comfortable. Very comfortable. You know, it's beautiful people. I told you, just, you know, amazing city. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like home. It's very comfortable for me. You know, thank you very much.
Kel, you've always said that you wanted the biggest tests. This is very much it, isn't it? Are we going to see the best ever KELL BROOK now?
I believe so. You know, we're not taking ridiculous amounts of weight off to make 147. So I believe that we're going to see, I've probably been 60-70% in my career. I think this time we're going to see the full 100%. And I'm looking forward to shining Saturday night. And you know, there is fear with me in this fight, you know, but that's going to make me so sharp on the night. You know, having that fear is healthy, and it's good. It's going to be good for me to be sharp and switched on throughout the fight.
And given everything that's happened to you in your life, all the way through from childhood to winning the world title and to staring death in the face in Tenerife, do you feel it is destiny? Do you feel it is fate that you are going to win this fight?
I believe so. I think it's meant to be, it's written. I believe that this is my time. This is it for me. This is for me to shock the world Saturday night, and no better than the most feared man in boxing in Triple G, where, you know, guys don't want to fight him. They give titles up to avoid him. Me coming up, people saying I'm coming up to this weight. What a win that is going to be for me, for everybody.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Best of luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fraser. Just before we break for photos and one-on-ones, just a special thank you to the UK fans as well for supporting not just this event, but British boxing in general. 3 or 4 years ago, this sport was not in a great place, and with the help of Sky Sports backing us, but more importantly the fans, we've been able to make some great events, and this one feels like potentially the biggest of them all. KELL BROOK 36-0 against GENNADY GOLOVKIN 35-0 for the unified middleweight world championship. We're 48 hours away from an event I believe you'll never forget. Thank you very much. We're going to pose for photos up here, and everyone's available for one-on-ones. Thank you.